All I got to say that this show was shiny like a treasure on a sunken pirate wreck. So much glitter and rhinestones and shiny things on stage.
Fabulous.
I
Uh,
know.
I felt like someone was dangling the keys in front of my eyes like a little kid, just like, ah. Oh,
I know.
man.
It's like I was gonna say you could see the stars forming in front of my eyes with every single one of those. Also helped that it's like it was glitter mixed with a lot of high slit dresses, and that makes for a very pleasant pairing, I must say.
Interesting look, indeed. No, I think one of my favorites is Paul Dano's shiny black and pink outfit that he was wearing, too. That was interesting.
I liked
Oh.
that too. I was like, give him. It was like he was there to bring best costume design. I was like, give it to him. He's here.
Yeah, right.
One day, Paul Dano will actually be nominated for an Oscar. I can't believe he's not nominated yet. Out of everything,
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
that's
I know.
truly surprising.
yeah,
I know, and it's like, yeah, much respect to Judd Hirsch, but I was like, if anybody should have gotten anything thrown at them for Fablemans, it should have been him.
Oh, I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah. Oh well. But hey, everybody,
Spoiler alert.
welcome. Yeah, well, yes, it's just saying. Welcome to Eye on the Prize, which technically is part of this Eternal Watchlist channel, but I'm kind of merging this from my original YouTube channel to here. So we got some new faces you guys haven't seen before. Over here, we got Melina, the Maverick herself.
That's right. I was gonna wear my shirt, but it
Uh,
is evading me.
You could have got it. You could have done it. Just saying. And then down below, not even showing up, but we always love her presence here, Rose. Or not.
Hello.
I was like, wait.
The dramatic pause. You left us all in suspense there, Rose. Way to go.
Sorry, my internet had a stroke for a second.
That's all
Now
right.
mine's been stroking all night long.
Oh man. Again, it's all the shininess. People are going into seizures. Oh man. So yeah, we are going to talk about Oscar winners. Now, previously I talked about the nominees with Shaq and Bradley. So it'll be interesting to get your guys' perspective because I know you guys have been doing this with me for quite a few years on our old podcast that we did.
It's an annual tradition, you guys. I love it.
I know. I still remember that year. What was it, like 2 years ago, when we were just kvetching about how terrible the show was that one time, where everything was just like a train wreck on that ceremony.
You're gonna have.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to narrow that one down.
The one with the
2
COVID
years ago.
the COVID year, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it was the one where Glenn Close had to awkwardly dance to that stupid quiz show game they were doing. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
there you go. That one.
See, you're dredging up some very, very dark and I think repressed memories for us both here. But no, I mean, honestly, it's like that was the year where it started off and we were like, oh, at least it's short. And then they just started dragging it on, only us to get to the moment that we were all waiting for. And it was like, all right, here's where they give it to Chadwick. And then it was just like, oh, no, sorry. Good night. Goodbye. Leaving the show.
So embarrassing.
Joaquin Phoenix just awkwardly like, yeah, I'm gonna leave now. Oh boy. But yeah,
nothing
they just
interesting happened last year. Not at
No,
all.
nothing worth
Not
discussing.
at all.
No. No,
Nothing that they brought back up this year.
No,
Yeah.
not repeatedly.
We definitely got to talk about some of the ceremony moments. Now, I'm going to be totally fair to here too that I was trying to do a setup to broadcast for people who wanted to watch with me on a stream, but unfortunately, StreamYard censors those kind of broadcasts through their bots, kind of thing. So I can't show YouTube. Oh yeah, no, I tried to show YouTube TV stuff here, but because it's ABC, they have some kind of detection system apparently, and they just mute anything visually on there. Like you can hear the audio, but you can't. It's just a black screen otherwise.
Mouse is gonna
Isn't
get
it-
that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say we did that a couple of years ago where we did a live stream for the nominations, and I think you had the video stream going through the whole thing.
Well,
so I'm
the
like,
nominations are through YouTube itself, like YouTube TV because it's ABC broadcasting it. So
okay. No, I'm with you.
yeah, but that's why they
That
didn't have any.
ironically,
That's why they didn't stream it on Hulu or YouTube this year. They wanted it exclusively on the network itself. So
That makes sense. Ironically, that is how I watched it. So, well,
yeah, I know, right?
Guys,
I did not. Yo ho.
Up here, the sail of the seven seas. We did.
Yarr.
Yeah, I'm just lucky I have a YouTube TV account.
good on you,
But
Rose.
it was actually a good excuse. I got to watch it with some friends of mine in Utah I hadn't talked to in a long time, so that was really fun. And I got to see their 2-year-old kid on there. That was really sweet.
Aw.
Oh yeah. But speaking of interesting moments, so I gotta say that I think we mentioned about this a little bit before off mic that this ceremony was very safe compared to last year.
It's kind of,
Well,
yeah.
safe is definitely the word. There were no on stage assaults this time around.
No one flopped super hard, no wardrobe malfunctions.
People remembered when Questlove got up on stage.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And Jimmy Kimmel was also present. Is most I can say. Like, yeah, he was there. He had some jokes, some funny, some fine, nothing too egregious, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he definitely got some good digs in. I think he made more Will Smith jokes than Chris Rock did, but
Yeah, seriously. Like I thought they were just gonna have one kind of sly wink and a nod to it just once to get it out of the way and then whatever, because that's a deeply
oh,
embarrassing incident for kind of both parties involved.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
eh.
he just kept doing it all night long and very direct too. And I was not offended. I don't care, but I was just kind of shocked that it wasn't just kind of a one and done thing.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I
of
guess I'm
course,
as
like
petty as he is because I loved every single time he did it.
well, and of course, you could see him like restraining himself. Don't do any Trump jokes. Don't do any political jokes. Don't do any this joke. In the last half hour, he's like, "Screw it, I'm doing them all." just unloaded them. I'm just like, all
He
right.
got, I think he got one political dig in there, and that was it.
He did that one, and then a few other like sly ones. If you look carefully, they're like little political gags. Like I'm pretty sure he made a direct assault on Tucker Carlson and want a joke. Because I'm like, okay, sure, fine.
Oh wow, wow, what a low hanging fruit.
I know, right? So we do have a few other people who are probably going to jump into the discussion. Maciek from Poland, our Polish correspondent.
Yay!
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, nice seeing you for the first time live.
Yeah, that's true.
in quite a while. My goodness.
Mm-hmm. And Nathan might jump in too, so we'll have a nice little party here tonight. But no, Maciek, we were just discussing some of the highlights from the ceremony itself.
And I was just going to sleep, but I was like, oh, I will check what you are doing, and yay.
Yeah, we are recording too. So hello, audience.
Oh, hi people.
But yeah. So amongst other stuff, I mean, all the presenters were pretty solid this year. I would say, nothing too egregious, nothing too crazy, kind of thing. I can't honestly really remember. Like, there are a lot of emotional or sentimental ones, and I think Rose and Melina froze. But
I'm still here.
okay, you're still here. Melina froze. You know what I can say though? One person who stood out, and I was actually worried at first about them, but man, that in memoriam section, John Travolta was like heartbroken.
Yeah, and it didn't. I mean, it would have made sense anyway, because like I said in our chat during, it's like, yeah, this is obviously a very emotional segment of the show, so it makes sense that he's getting emotional. But even my boyfriend commented on it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, I guess he's just. And then the first name that pops up is Olivia Newton-John, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a rough few years. His wife passing away, and then with them Olivia Newton-John and all that kind of stuff. Am
I back?
Yes, you are. So, okay. But okay, wasn't it also weird that the in memoriam seemed truncated so they could promote their website, which was kind of weird.
The whole show felt truncated so that they could support their website.
There were a couple of moments, like the little QR code pop-up thing aside, there were several moments, and they weren't more than just a couple seconds long, but where it cut back to the wide shot of the stage.
The in memoriam.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Where the slideshow would kind of fade out and would just go back to that in memoriam banner for just a couple seconds, and I'm like, you could be showing names and faces right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Now, I mean, some of the other QR codes were just to show their showcase stuff. Or like, hey, on the YouTube channel, they've been uploading these little like interviews with the nominees for each technical category. So I'm like, okay, that stuff I can tolerate. But yeah, in memoriam seems like something you should definitely show the audience more than just on the website.
So, I will say this.
Yeah.
That. Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Maciek.
No, that Polish movie that I didn't see, sadly, because I'm a traitor to my country. I will be tried for treason in an hour, and but my friend seen it, and she got really upset about the fact they had a donkey in the show, because that movie is actually about like animal abuse and why you shouldn't use animal for things like this.
Oh my god!
It almost felt like. So that was
Yikes.
like ironic, like very, very not cool, and yeah.
Well,
I hate
and
to say it,
also,
but my only connection to that is because I saw the honest trailers for that where they discussed how what a dark year this has been for donkeys on
Yeah.
screen.
Triangle of Sadness, Banshees and Sharon, and EO all had donkey death. Just and really graphic donkey death too. You're just like,
Yeah,
I'm so glad they brought the donkey on stage. That was a highlight. That was so sweet.
that was cute.
I want to hug that little donkey. When we were in the theater watching that movie with like the 10 other people who showed up to Banshees, we were all just like, we want to hug that donkey so much.
Ironically, Pinocchio didn't have a donkey, but
Oh, right, because
they usually have the sequence where all the kids turn into donkeys. But I'm glad it won.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of people died during that segment. They just didn't die as donkeys. That one. Yeah, but no. Were there any other like notable ceremony? Oh, you know what? The biggest highlight this year, RRR is doing their dance number. Oh,
Yes.
That was so much fun.
Woo. So
Yeah,
good.
that got the polls going.
Oh yeah,
Now I just need
that
to
was
see it.
that was the one thing I asked for this year. Have them do it live on stage, and they did, and I'm very happy. So,
Mhm.
I mean, seriously, for people who don't know, so Bradley, who's on the previous videos, we were talking on our Facebook chat group, and apparently his kids, his very young kids, they saw that bit when they started to dance the chorus, and they all started dancing too with it, doing the not the not the not the. And I'm just like, yeah, that's why it won. That's why it won.
Mhm.
I didn't see the movie, but I seen that dance sequence on YouTube, and it's incredible. So
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
is
it's
like,
yeah.
for everything else that's awesome in that movie. That is the highlight. I feel like that one scene alone was just blew me away. So
Yeah. I mean, that and All Quiet on the Western Front, they're sitting at like 9 and 10 on my watch list right now. But after
Wow.
tonight, I'm like, all right, I got to expedite you both.
yeah, like RRR, like very different movies, by the way, where it's like All Quiet's this dark, dreary war film, and then RRR is pretty much if the Avengers was like filmed on like mushrooms, pretty much, because it's just this insane, epic, historical fantasy musical biopic. You're just like,
I mean,
what is this
The
movie?
best ones.
Yeah,
I am all for like the odd, seemingly incongruous double features. So I think I'm probably going to have a great time with that one.
oh yeah. I think you'd really enjoy it. But yeah, no. Any other ceremony highlights before we can move on?
I liked Hugh Grant's self-deprecating scrotum joke.
That
That actually was the best of the night.
that made me actually laugh out loud. That was great.
There are a few good ones there.
Shout out to poor Malala, who clearly was not told beforehand that she was going to get pulled into shtick.
I
Oh,
hate when they do crowd work at the Oscars.
that was pretty
Like,
bad. Actually,
I thought it was like, oh, it was so cool. It's Malala. Oh my god! And then yeah, and I even laughed at the joke that they told her, like, oh, do you think that what's his face spit on? Because like that was funny, but then when it cut to
Yeah.
her and she was just like, oh yeah, I'm not doing this. I was like, oh.
yeah. Honestly, like of all the things you could axe, they axed the mean tweet segment for lame asking audience questions thing.
Yeah, a mean tweets would have been so much better.
Honestly,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, I'm like, that's my favorite thing about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, so that was weird. And then, but of course, he got a Matt Damon joke in because, of course, he did.
Yeah, always.
Of course. I think he got two, in fact.
He did. But honestly, that part with the bear, also from Cocaine Bear, was just kind of.
I don't know. That also had one good made me laugh out loud moment where she was like, "Look, if you're trying to get some coke, just wait until the after party, like everyone else."
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah. It's just like because I know Lexi saw Cocaine Bear and she was just like, "That movie is really weird."
I want to
So,
see it.
Well,
Yeah.
no shit.
well, but it's not weird like you think it's weird because it's like I don't know. You saw
Oh,
the
yeah.
pitch meeting. If you saw the pitch meeting, you know what's going on with that movie. So.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
the
I mean,
trailer. I know what's going on with that movie.
Oh, yeah,
You'd,
no,
you'd think, but no, not really.
Yeah, that is a movie
No?
that is so wearing its own sense of humor on its sleeve that you're just kind of like, well, I can't go into this with any pretensions whatsoever because it clearly has none.
I mean,
for
if I
itself.
remember
also-
correct, sorry.
Okay, go.
No, I just wanted to say that if I remember correctly, in the review on one of us, they said that it's like a wasted opportunity, that it's not really taking the advantage of the idea. But
Well, the
No.
bear is only in like 10 minutes of the whole film, too.
No.
So, yeah.
Right. Well, so was
Well,
the shark
because-
from Jaws.
Well, it's because that bear cost, that movie cost $30 million to make. And so every time that bear is on screen is an extra, however many $1 million on it. So, yeah.
Not
Also
to look at it, but then again, I think that's also part of the joke.
But also, I love the fact that Lexi called out this joke before even the pitch meeting guys did, where they're like, yeah, so there's a joke about how they found out that the bear was a girl, except it's supposed to be implied that it's like sitting with its lower end on the guy's face, except it fell face first onto the guy's face. So, they did not fact check that part very carefully when they edited that sequence. It's like,
Yeah.
its vagina's near my
punchline.
ear. It's like, wait, you mean what? Your head?
It had some really cute earrings on. That's how they knew.
You know what? That would have been funnier than what they did.
Some clip-ons from Claire's.
All right.
Oh God! Wow, does that take me back to my middle school years?
That's a good one. All right, so let's move on to the actual winner discussion. So, first of all, too, hey, just since we calculated it backstage as well, we had a little competition to see who would win for most predictions, and Melina won.
By one.
By 1 point.
1 point.
Yep. And it was probably, and I knew it was going to be the point that I would probably lose on, and it was because of who I picked for best director. But
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, I knew I was not gonna. I mean, I wasn't even competing technically because I'm hosting it, but it was like, yeah. Once I started to see how many I got wrong, I'm like, no, I ain't winning. So I didn't get any of the shorts or documentary stuff right this year. None.
really,
None. I didn't get any of them right.
well, I guess we'll get to that.
We will, because here we go with the actual list of the winners. Wow, the Wikipedia guys are just right on top of this stuff too. As soon as all the winners are
Actually, I was looking at the Wikipedia page, and they were actually adding it like literally 1 minute after it won.
Yep.
So it was like really.
Oh yeah.
They never sleep.
They do better than the news does at times for these things. So thank you, Wikipedia.
Most of the time.
Mhm.
Yep. So right from the bottom here, best visual effects. I mean, duh, Avatar won that, of course.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's
Who saw that
Soul
coming?
Wind, I believe. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Talk about the dark horse of the year.
Yeah, Joe Letteri winning another award. Who could have saw that coming? He's only won like 5 before this.
Yeah, and I'm so mid about both of the Avatar movies, quite frankly. But I do have to admit that they're visually striking in a way that not only do they not age badly, but I think everyone else is still catching up to that level.
I mean, they patented new technology to make this movie, so yeah,
Exactly.
they probably deserved it. So
I will say something controversial. I love in those movies how the world looks. I hate how the characters look. If it makes sense, the Navi.
Oh, I don't think there's
makes sense.
anything controversial there.
I think
I hate the design.
The problem is that performance capturing humans is still imperfect art compared to getting like inanimate or organic objects to be animated in movies, you know. So
Sure.
it's just yeah, there's still some uncanny valley with the way the Navi look, kind of thing.
Yeah, but James Cameron, he does know how to do eye work
Yes.
better than most. You know, it's not like the Robert Zemeckis effect where everyone looks like they're just
Oh
kind of
God.
wall-eyed through the whole thing.
Hey, don't talk about
Robert
Tom Hanks
Zemeckis,
that
I love
way.
you.
I don't know.
He
Maybe
put his all into Pinocchio.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the overall designs of them, but there is just something about the way they smile, or
Yeah,
just the
Teeth is really hard to do. Even in video games, I know teeth is always the hardest thing to do with anything. So,
Maciek, do
Yeah.
you like it when a cat smiles? It's very unpleasant.
You know, how was that quote from the Alice in Wonderland? I never seen a cat smiling. No, never mind. I have to forget it. But there is this great line. I just
I
forgot.
should know. I'm directing an Alice in Wonderland play this year. So,
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Hey, I'll tell you more about that in another show. It's gonna be fun.
Yes,
Oh.
please do.
oh, now I remember. It was Alice never seen a cat with a no. Sorry, I keep forgetting it. But it was like she never seen a cat without a smile. But first time she saw a smile without a cat. Something like that.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then, best film editing was Everything Everywhere. I mean, it probably should have been Top Gun, but that was also a very well edited movie. So
Extremely.
Yeah, I was
It
kind
was,
of
it
genuinely
was all at
surprised.
once. So
yeah, Everything Everywhere won Everything Everywhere all at once at the Oscars this year, as we'll see.
Yeah,
So,
buddy.
yeah,
And
boy.
I think I've seen that headline about 3 times tonight.
Mm.
Ah,
15 minutes.
we're so original here, you know, cutting edge.
yay.
best costume design with the Black Panther, which kind of surprised me, honestly.
Not me.
Yeah. I think we all were. I think the majority of us were kind of going for Elvis on that one. Not that we were necessarily
me.
pulling for it. It's just we thought that was going to be the one.
Yeah, Ruth.
I mean, for me, the costume designs in Black Panther movies are like always the strongest thing about them. So
they're definitely some of the
Mhm.
highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, visually. But yeah, no, Ruthie Carter, double winner now because she then won for the previous year. I mean, the previous movie too. So, and so far,
Mhm.
Black Panther is the only Marvel movie to win any notable Oscars. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
Makeup and hairstyling went to The Whale. Woo!
Another shocker.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was predicting this all the way through. I know there was the whole controversy about the fat makeup and that stuff, but if you take that aside, the behind the scenes that illustrates what they did to make the suit is incredible. Like just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read up on that because that's something that I just assumed they were doing just good old fashioned, prosthetics or whatnot. But they mentioned something during the show about it being like a digital thing, which
they blended it. Yeah, so like they
Right.
made a giant fat suit and then they would like touch up details around the eyes and neck and some other spots to kind of smooth the skin out. So
Mhm.
you could see obviously where the rubber connected, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I know that there's I know that there's a controversy about the idea of using, a fat suit.
Yeah.
But there is also the controversy of, where do you draw the line between visual versus, or I guess practical versus I guess visual effect or CG effects. But I've got to say though, that's not anything new. I'm like, they've been doing that as far as I know since like 1993 with Jurassic Park. I'm like,
Yeah.
that was a blend, but it still walked away with best visual effects. And I'm like,
Well,
nothing
visual
wrong with
effects
that.
for a long time wasn't just computer effects. Like if you think back to the original Aliens, like a lot of those
Yeah.
were models and props and puppets essentially, and they still won for visual effects. kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I mean, it also begs the question about like, look, you can get fat actors to do it, and I'm not saying you couldn't cast people who are 600 pounds, but one, there aren't that many. Just professionally speaking, there's not a lot of really big actors. But two, it sometimes it is really hard. My father-in-law, he's about 400 and something pounds right now, right now kind of thing, and
Mhm.
it's hard for him to get around like legitimately. So
Yeah.
it's one of those
Yeah.
things where it's like you want to cast authentically, but also you got to consider those actors' safety for those kind of situations.
Mhm.
I mean, also, if you have
Yeah.
to be honest, do you want to risk their health? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
just
Yeah, I definitely do fall into that camp of people where I'm like, I'd rather not see actors torture their bodies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't cast fat actors. I'm just saying choose carefully what they're supposed to be doing, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Sure.
yeah.
As a
Use
fat
good
person
judgment.
myself, I totally get that too. I'm
Me
not.
too.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the surprise. One of the movies that dominated in wins this year, All Quiet on the Western Front, winning cinematography.
Mm.
Absolutely
That
deserved.
one,
Yeah.
that one, I kind of figured it would get a lot of the technical ones because not only did I hear just almost overwhelming praise for it, but those kind of movies, particularly World War I movies, always seem to get that kind of stuff. So every one of those awards it won, I
Mhm.
was just like, oh, yep.
Yeah, I mean, even from the first
Yeah.
trailer, I thought that All Quiet, aside from like Top Gun and some of the other movies, was one of the best looking movies I saw that whole year, just for the
Mhm.
trailer
Yeah.
kind of thing. So
And it's a period piece, so I'm like, it's immersive and it's grand in scale. So yeah, for that to sweep, it did not surprise me at all.
yeah, and also you guys can see my review on Empire of Light now uploaded onto our YouTube channel. So woo.
Nice.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a very pretty movie, and that's
We
kind of
also
all
did.
it is.
We also did review Velma
Oh.
there. Yay!
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Showering it with praise, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. It was.
So then All Quiet also won for production design, which honestly was a grab bag this year because it could have been anybody,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and to be fair, like when you look at the names of the people involved, like what Rick Carter, he's the guy who won an Oscar for Lincoln. Catherine Martin, who did Elvis, she's won for Great Gatsby and that kind of stuff. The Avatar the production designers, it's a stacked group of people who worked on it this
Well,
year.
that one was
Mhm.
a little bit of a surprise because I had that one ticked off on my list. I had that one called for Elvis just because it's a Baz Luhrmann movie.
And Elvis went home empty-handed this year.
Yeah.
It did.
Whoa.
Haha.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know. We're all so sad about that fact.
yeah, Lexi was sad, but that's because Lexi liked the
Aw.
movie a lot. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't
Yeah,
like
it's
so.
just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No.
was kind of the Bohemian Rhapsody of the group.
I
Oh
would say
God.
it's better than Bohemian Rhapsody for sure.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm biased towards Bohemian Rhapsody because I'm just a massive Queen fan, but
Sure. Same.
Yeah.
That movie just makes me mad.
Yeah. Best sound. Unfortunately, Top Gun only won one Oscar this year, but it was probably the most deserved one for sound. So,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that movie shook the theater with all the effects they did in there. It's so good. So,
yeah.
yeah.
That actually would have been my pick for cinematography. I think it had the best of all of them. It was just unfortunately not nominated.
Yeah. I have no idea why it wasn't nominated. Like, was it just not?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I'm serious. Because with visual effects, I was shocked it got nominated for visual effects. I'm like, it barely has any.
Well,
Most
it
of what
had
you're
more than I
seeing is
thought. 'Cause I
real.
noticed some of the cockpits were actually CG that they used too. So.
Really?
Well, it depends. Like for the shots where it requires explosions and certain angles, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, well, granted, but I'm like, it's so in the background, and they tinge it to make it look like it's in the background. They never call attention to it.
Okay, Nathan. Before you say anything,
God.
keep in mind that we are not using profanity on here. But I know we talked about Top Gun, so you had to show up. So just let it out,
We
man.
summoned him.
Yeah, I
My
didn't think
wingman is here.
I didn't think y'all would call me back.
We let you in here.
I have no idea why my camera isn't working right now. I'm trying to get it to work, but I'm just gonna keep the salty John Ham face on here.
I was gonna say I'm enjoying the cantankerous John Ham
Oh
personally.
yeah, there it is. I just saw it there. That's awesome.
Well, luckily my room is a bit of a mess, so sparing y'all. But yeah.
You came to the floor of my office, and that's for a good reason. So, but yeah. So, Nathan, we just reviewed that the only award that Top Gun won for the night was there you are, was for sound, which deserved. Which sadly was his only award, but it was deserved.
Deserved. I mean, I would argue it deserves like 20 Oscars, but you know what can you say?
He is seething with rage.
I
No,
am
no,
right
no.
there with you, man.
Hey.
He's got a smile on his face. Don't believe it.
Mm.
Also, Batman went empty-handed this year, I think.
Which one?
Yes? Batman? The
Oh yeah,
Batman.
Batman. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Batman should have been up for cinematography too. Like, look, all 5 of those ones up for
Yeah.
cinematography are good-looking movies. But honestly, Bardo probably could have been pushed off, even as good-looking as that movie is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because Bardo wasn't even really all that good anyway. So the movie itself,
I
mean-
have never even heard of it.
it's the new Alejandro Inarritu film. that
Oh,
nobody likes.
really? Well, then I should have heard of it.
He got a hugely divisive opinion on that one. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I mean, I really thought Maverick might have had a chance in editing for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
was
Everything
my
Everywhere
pick.
was definitely, it was my second pick for that one.
That was certainly one of the ones this year.
Whoa.
Remix.
Yo, dog. I am so
Wow.
glad that actually happened and that wasn't just my computer this time.
I think the editor edited your voice, Nathan.
No, I mean, I really think that Everything Everywhere All at Once is a great movie and a great win.
Yeah.
That movie is soggy in the center.
A little bit. I thought it got soggy more to the end.
Part, but
Yeah, I thought it got soggy near the end when it had to have its real message moments. Where I'm like, it's good, but it's slower paced than the stuff that happened before it. kind of
I don't
thing.
know
I
if
wouldn't have
it,
noticed because I was too busy crying through the
No, your eyes got soggy in that scene. That's what happened.
Exactly. I was like, well, everything looks soggy right now.
maybe it's me getting up there in age, but the more I have the multiverse explained to me, the more my eyes sort of glaze over, even though the performers are great.
I would still say this is probably the best multiverse movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
A now thriving genre.
Weirdly. But yeah, so then original song, I mean, yeah, duh, not to. Because yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even Lady Gaga was like, I'm not even going to wear the dress that I wore on the red carpet for this.
Y'all
Yeah.
got me for 5 minutes. I gotta get back to the Joker set. Let's do this. Don't even trim my eyebrows.
Todd Phillips gave me 1 day off, and this is how I'm going to use it.
Yep.
Right. That was her escape.
No, but yeah, I mean, absolutely deserved. And again, as we mentioned before, Nate and Maciek got in, that dance sequence was like the highlight of the whole ceremony for like at least most fun part kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
now shock win, All Quiet on the Western Front winning for best original score. What?
Oh, God.
Was that as dire to everybody else as it just kept winning and winning and winning? I'm like, gosh, if we have to hear this score the entire
There
night,
was
this is going to be a
some crossover
depressing
from the-
Oscar.
Someone from the BAFTAs came over and submitted all their votes for this category too. So, because
Yeah.
I mean, how did you expect a score for a World War I anti-war film to be anything but dire?
Sure,
Mhm.
but the Babylon score is so good. That score was amazing, and that movie sucked, but that score was amazing. So I don't know. That was weird. I mean, the music choices were all fine, but All Quiet would not have been my top pick. But I'm not upset. I guess I mean, it's just whatever on that one.
Yeah, and
I was
Go-
just going
go
to say
for it.
Michael Giacchino's score for the Batman is what I really thought was a snub in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one's been an earworm. I've just been like putting in my headphone and just
Another
wandering
one with the
down
deep
dark.
bass thing, just the
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
Well, even before the movie came out, they released
Ave
the Watchtower. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. No, that the demo one they did for the teaser shot kind of thing was really great. So
Okay, but if they had managed to nominate Maverick's score, which I think they can't technically, it would be really fun to see Lady Gaga, Harold Faltermeyer,
The
Hans
ghost of Harold
Zimmer,
Faltermeyer.
and who else? Who am I missing?
and Blood Pop.
You know,
Ah.
just going to Batman for a second, I think it was a good score, but there was something about the way they were riffing on Ave Maria all the time in the soundtrack I actually found annoying very fast, but that's me.
Maybe a little overdone, but
My
That's
one of my-
counterpoint is
Yeah.
Ave Maria.
Yeah, and it's not like even like a religious thing, it's just the
Oh my
fact, it's just
God.
the way they use it. It was like, I don't know, just like, I hated the way
well, it
they
was
used
either
it.
that or do more something in the way. So I guess they made
Yeah.
a choice on that one.
I gotta say though that it takes me to one of my favorite Mystery Science Theater jokes of all time, which is the Touch of Satan, where they keep playing Ave Maria, and at one point the bots are like, "This song is in the public domain. Why we use it twice."
Awesome.
That's great. So now the short categories where I just did not get any of these right at all, apparently, because I stink. But the Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse won for Best Animated Short. Now, to be fair, I saw some of this. The animation is absolutely gorgeous in this.
Yeah,
short,
Yeah.
so.
beautiful.
And it's straight out of the book too.
Yeah, totally well deserved. Though I actually did put my Year of Dicks down for my pick, which just for the name alone, but no, it actually is a good short too. So
On principle, yeah.
yeah, on principle, just by the name. Even who was it who announced it?
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. He couldn't escape making a joke about it either.
Yeah,
So
America's daddy.
reminds me,
That man is everything everywhere all at once right now. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
I gotta watch Last of Us right after this too. So
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
tonight.
can't wait. And then Irish Goodbye, which stupidly I should have picked that one. I just went, nah, maybe La Pipille, but nope, I was wrong on that one.
They sang that guy happy birthday.
That was
Aw.
adorable.
That was
I
so
sang a
sweet.
little bit. I
That
wanted
was
to
so sweet.
contribute.
He got to hold the Oscar
I
on
think we
the
both
yeah. Aw. I do hear this is actually a really good short. So
Yeah, no, I've heard great things. And I also think that it's probably the most Irish suit I have ever seen anyone wear to the Academy Awards. Did you see that
Mhm.
thing?
mm-hmm.
Like 3-piece, spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Best documentary short went to The Elephant Whisperers, which I mean, sure, literally you could have thrown at a dartboard with that one. So, but it was cool. It was nice to see all the filmmakers up there too, and you know, I like seeing that there's like Indian nominees. Now, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they kind of say that they were the only Indians who had won that category before?
Yes.
They said they were the first people from India to be in the
So
academy.
is the
which
lady
was
from period?
shocking.
Is the lady from Period of End of Sentence not Indian then?
Mm,
Because I'm pretty sure that lady was an Indian filmmaker too, but maybe I'm wrong.
maybe
Well, apparently
culturally,
no one
but
watches shorts.
I don't know. Maybe if it's natively Indian, I don't know because I've looked up. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the lady from Period End of Sentence, which is a good short film too, I think was from that. Well, I don't know. Apparently,
I would hope they wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I mean, I'm sure there are some kind of technicalities or whatnot.
well,
but yeah,
we've
they
seen where
could
people have
just
said we've seen where people have said things stupidly before, right? Sam Smith.
be-
the first gay man to ever win this award. I'm like,
Yeah.
you are a songwriter. You do
sure
know
about
who
that?
else is gay in the songwriter community, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I think the worst offender is Elon Musk on SNL.
Oh God.
Oh no, no, brother. But now this one I was a little disappointed with. Navalny winning Best Documentary Feature. From all accounts I hear that everyone who's actually seen the movie said it's really not all that special aside from its subject matter, kind of thing, like the movie itself, kind of thing. But
Yeah, it's just relevant, I think.
that's the thing. It's the Citizen 4 effect, like when that one won back in 2011 or 12 or whatever too, where it's like, yeah, it's because it's politically relevant. That's why it won.
Isn't it the same documentarians
From
that?
Citizen 4?
Yeah. Am I wrong?
Let me check. Let's see. Daniel Rohr. I don't see that there.
Yeah, Fire of Love was the one.
No, one of them was involved in movie 43.
What?
Oh.
All right,
What?
take that Oscar back.
I guess that-
They were involved in Smallville too, so let's not knock them too hard.
Okay. All right. So one of them actually was one of the filmmakers on Fire of Love too. So okay, he would have won either way.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Lucky
Birdman.
you, Shane Boris.
play both sides so I can get out on
Right.
top.
Fire of Love was my pick though, only because it was the only one that I had heard of. In the
Well,
last...
it's a really fascinating story for that one too. So
I've heard nothing but great things about All the Beauty and the Bloodshed.
Yes,
that
that
was
too.
on my short list. I went for Fire of Love because it was the one that I'd heard the most about.
yeah. I know there was one notable snub in this category too, but I can't for the life of me recall what it was. So oh well, too bad for them.
Oh, the making of Top Gun Maverick on the
We can all agree.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Best international feature. I mean, it was All Quiet on the Western Front, completing its little group of wins there. So I think it won 4. Yeah, 4 wins tonight.
Was it only
Germany.
4?
What was that you said, Maciek, in the messenger for that one?
Which one?
When you said that this is the Poland got defeated by Germany once again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
God, yeah.
Jesus.
But we beat the out of the heck
Oh,
out of them.
boo. Watch-
Yeah. Sorry. But we beat them at Grunwald, so it was like the battle in Europe
That's
in
all
Middle
great.
Ages. So
Yeah,
it's
alright.
even out. It's even out. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yep. So
Quid pro quo.
yeah, but then which I mean, I heard EO is really good, other than the ending maybe being a little super dark. But
I mean, this
Oh,
director
yeah.
is known for making like very weird movies, and he's like considered he's the weirdest, Skolimowski. So
oh right, okay. So then, best animated feature was Maciek's favorite animated film,
Yes.
Pinocchio. Yeah.
yeah, but to be fair, we talk about it. It was such a strong year for animation that like any of those,
Yeah.
with exception of Sea Beast, which
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah,
We-
it's
Did
fine.
anyone see it?
I did.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, our first episode, technically on the YouTube channel, we reviewed all 5 of them. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
like
do think
and,
it's interesting. My top 2, my favorites of this year were Pinocchio and Marcel, which I watched for the first time today.
Yeah, amazing.
That was odd to me though that Marcel was nominated for best animated film, because for the most of it, it's live action.
well, so
Well,
what
tech-
they did. Oh yeah, go ahead, Nathan. You want to?
I was gonna say, like, technically every Alvin and the Chipmunks movie is eligible for best animated film.
They are.
There's weird laws with that, but weirdly Avatar 2 wouldn't be. It's a little off. I mean, Lego Movie was nominated, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
no,
No,
that was a
it
huge
wasn't.
snub that year. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But Lego
it was
2
Right,
movie,
because
I
they got nominated for best song. That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think the sequel was nominated, or can
Nope.
I be wrong?
no,
Oh my.
no, nobody liked
That'd be
the sequel,
wild
so-
if the sequel to Lego Movie
I
was
think the
nominated
sequel
over the
exists.
original.
Batman Lego movie got nominated
Nope.
though, didn't it?
Nope.
No? Are you
Nope.
serious?
No
Oh my
Lego
God.
movie's been nominated for the animated feature. So
God, this
Um,
is giving me the Mandela effect.
Burn it all down. Burn it all down.
well, so
Yeah,
because I
but-
know they submitted a bunch of documentation for Marcel to prove, because like it's a whole thing where they animate over the film, so it's a lot of like, it's a lot of like model work and little miniatures and stuff that technically is animation by the rules of stop motion animation. So
I suppose, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
arguing.
my friend actually argued it should won for best special effects, Marcel, because the way it utilizes. But I will say this: like on one hand, I was disappointed that nothing from Europe was nominated this year. Like nothing from Cartoon Saloon or
right, yeah.
once again, that movie Little Nicholas, which I actually think is better than anything here, but in my opinion, but on other hand, like I am just glad that because in my opinion, Disney, with the exception of Turning Red, had a very bad year for movies. So I'm just glad they didn't try to force Strange World or Buzz Lightning,
Yeah,
Lightyear.
I like that
Yeah.
they're letting other studios win this award for once.
Yeah.
It's
And
refreshing.
especially for Netflix. So yay.
Oh yeah, Netflix is an animated film winner now.
By the way, as somebody who writes for Netflix, yay. So
Oh yeah, right. Maciek's got a show on there. Yes. Woo.
yay.
God.
Yeah.
Mad God was the only like big animated feature
Ooh.
snub that everybody really wanted.
Oh
Yeah.
right.
Still haven't seen it
Mhm.
yet, but
Okay.
I'm waiting for a projector
I
to
know.
like put it up against a van or something.
Oh, by the way, I didn't see it, but one movie I know a lot of people talk they are disappointed was the other stop motion Netflix movie this year, the dark one. With
The
ghosts,
house one or whatever it was, or
No. It's like two names in the title. It's also like very adult animated with the nuns, with the horror one. I don't know.
I vaguely know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
was it the Jordan Peele one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, well, that one
Wendell
got
and
very
Wild.
yeah, that one
Yeah.
got a very mixed reception, so I don't think it really had a chance.
Oh, okay. I just heard that a lot of people were talking. Oh, that should be nominated. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I just
I
forgot
think
the name.
it's a bit too acidic for the Oscars.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Would be my personal opinion. Like something like The Woman King getting snubbed was more of like a shock to me.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
surprising. But moving on, just want to make sure we're not running too long for Rose and everybody else. Women Talking winning for adapted screenplay. I pretty much saw this coming when they snubbed Sarah Polley because it's like, okay, we got to give her something for this. So
Yeah, which tends to be what the screenplay award is. It's like, we're not going to give you anything else. This is kind of your commemoration prize.
well, except the Daniels one too. So
Well, in this case, it was adapted. It was just kind of like, if anything's going to get any, it's like, if it's going to get any love, it's going to be for this.
yeah. No, to be fair. Plus, also, I couldn't really see any of the other ones winning in this category. Like, All Quiet Script is fine, good. Glass Onion, not as good as Knives Out. Living, haven't seen it. Top Gun, surprised it's there.
One of the greatest screenplays ever written.
You're also here.
I just noticed Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, so
It
Living
was
is a
based on the
remake of
Kurosawa film.
it's a remake of Akiru, so it's technically based on Kurosawa's script. So, but then original screenplay was Everything Everywhere. Again, would have picked Banshees, but also a good pick. So
Yeah.
I would have gone Tar personally, even
That
though
was my
I
third,
voted for
yeah.
Banshees,
Yeah.
because it's like, how do you even sit down and like write that world? You know, that just felt
Yeah.
so real.
I feel like
It did.
Tar got a little bit of that pushback where everyone's like, oh, talking about the cancel culture stuff. Where I'm like, it's probably the most nuanced movie about this stuff ever, to be fair.
Yeah, I was
So,
going to say, it's like, if anything does not oversimplify that conversation, it's this film. It's probably the most honest take I've seen of it. If I remember correctly, that was the one I picked. I had the Banshees of Inisherin on my list right up until the moment I sent it to you, and I was like, I changed my mind. I'm going to go with Tar.
I would have taken on top of that, I mean, The Fablemans has a terrific screenplay by Steven Spielberg and Tony Dank Kushner.
Yeah, I still wish I had.
Yeah.
I caught what you did there, Nathan. Okay.
I mean, I do mean it. It is a great script.
Tony Pineapple
Yeah.
Express Kushner.
Right, dang stuff.
Oh boy. So then here we go. Main acting prizes. Supporting actress and actor went to Everything Everywhere. Oscar winner Jamie Lee Curtis is a thing now.
Yeah.
I like her, and I liked her in this movie. But again, I said it in the chat. Even though all 5 performances were good, hers was the least deserving. I think this was just kind of a lesser Lifetime Achievement Award that they just kind of threw
Yeah.
out there.
The Screen Actors Guild was a very telling event for this one, apparently. So
Yeah, this was it's her turn. It's
yeah.
Yeah, I still had my money on Angela Bassett because with her getting the SAG
Same.
award, I thought that it was going to be exclusive to that. I thought that was just her fellow actors kind of giving her a congratulations. But yeah,
because she won the Golden Globe. Carrie Condon won the BAFTA. Jamie Lee Curtis won the SAG. It was anybody's game at that point. So
it really was. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like Best Supporting Actress. I really didn't have anybody I was super passionate for in the
Sure.
race.
Hmm.
I kind of feel about the same about Jamie Lee Curtis as I felt about Angela Bassett, where it's like, I love you. I can't believe you are getting nominated for this,
Right.
and that you might be the front runner. And you know, with Jamie Lee Curtis's case, he won. But you know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
now whenever they reboot Halloween again, they can talk about Oscar winner Jamie Lee
Oh,
Curtis
God.
being involved.
Oh God, we're gonna get 5 more of them, aren't we?
Yeah.
Please no.
Somehow Michael Myers survived the wood chipper and he's back for more.
well, they're gonna retcon it so it's actually a sequel to Halloween 3 or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, they're
It
gonna
was
do
actually his twin brother.
they're
and-
gonna do the resurrection approach where they just killed the wrong guy on accident or something.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Is Lori gonna fight him from the nursing home this time?
They're gonna wheelchair fight each other with their canes too.
I'm telling you though, guys, if the Daniels were to make that Halloween adaptation, that would be the greatest thing ever.
I mean,
I-
honestly, it
Yes.
would not be a funnier than Halloween Kills. Nothing can be. So.
Or Halloween Ends, where it's
Oh
like,
yeah, Halloween
hey,
Ends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys want to watch Laurie Strode fight Michael Myers? Well, get ready for Corey. You're gonna love Corey, right?
Well, we can all agree that Jamie Lee Curtis should have gotten this award for Freaky Friday back in 2004.
I would have.
I
have no notes on
ironically
that.
agree with you.
Yeah, no, she's amazing in that movie.
I was only
She's
13
so
at the
good in
time, but
that
I would have
movie.
agreed. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper.
Can you just chill for a sec?
Oh my gosh, my makeover from hell.
I look like Stevie Nicks. Who's he?
Oh my God.
I love Freaky. I love that Freaky. I think that one's better than the original. So, but,
No, I think it's a classic. Classic of the 2000s.
anyway, sorry. Ki Hugh Kwan, he won.
Short round.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh my God.
I think
Like
he
the
won
second
everything except-
his name was called, the waterworks started.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. I think he won everything but the BAFTA. Which screw you, BAFTA. But okay.
Who got the BAFTA?
Barry Keoghan did.
Who cares?
Who?
Barry Keoghan.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and he attended the Oscars and was like, "There goes that dream."
Right.
Oh, thanks for
Aw.
inviting me.
Hey, Barry Keoghan's young. He's got
it was,
time.
it was this or laundry.
Yeah, he's gonna win it for the Joker.
Right.
What
Don't-
He's like,
don't
I already
you say
got
that.
got axed out of one movie this year. Seriously.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh boy. But honestly, Ki Hugh Kwan was probably the most deserving winner of the list. So
Oh,
he
dear
absolutely-
God,
Oh
yes.
yeah, it was a classic J.K. Simmons Whiplash situation where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Or like
just give it
every
to him.
other time that Daniel Day-Lewis gets nominated, where you're just like, can you just mail it to him and we don't have to get the rest of the nominees to spend money on a suit?
He's
Except
like,
for
yeah, just
Phantom-
put it in
tickets.
the P.O. box.
Except for Phantom Thread. Don't mail him that one.
I said
Aw.
every other time he's nominated.
Aw.
No, but yeah, he was so grateful, and that was so awesome to see his speech there.
Mm.
Like I honestly, even with Jamie Curtis, like while I don't agree with the win, her speech was really great too.
Oh, her
Like,
speech was
It
fantastic.
was.
Yeah, so both of them just so humble and so grateful for that. So
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm like, she's such a titan of the industry that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't have given it to you for this, but I am glad to see that you get that accolade in front of your name.
yeah.
You know, it's
I'm
it's a celebration of your career.
I'm just bummed they couldn't have managed to get either like Anthony Hopkins for Armageddon Time or Justin Long for Barbarian in this list, but you
It's a-
know,
Yeah,
c'est la vie.
there were
Yeah.
a few other people who were pushed out as supporting actor that could have gotten it.
Nathan,
So.
you know
I
horror
mean, Paul
movies aren't
Dano.
allowed to be
Paul
Oscars.
Yeah.
Dano
they're not-
should have been in. So
Paul Dano made me cry all throughout the Fablemans, but there were so many supporting performances in the Fablemans that could have been in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
George
honestly,
Bush, though, it was a great cameo, but I'm like, it's a great scene. It's one of my favorite scenes, but I'm just kind of like that. I give it more to the writing than I do his performance on why that scene is as great as it is. But Paul Dano, yeah, he really is such an emotional core throughout the whole thing. And I think it's the chipperest I've seen him in his entire career.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Ironically,
people weren't beating him senseless throughout the movie like every other film he's in.
I mean, they should have nominated Michelle Williams for Best Supporting, and then they would have had a layup right there.
yeah.
Probably.
Mm,
Yeah.
Even though it's not even my favorite female performance in there.
Nah. But then, Michelle Yeoh winning Best Actress for Everything Everywhere, which
About
again
time.
would have given it to Kate Blanchett, but she already won 2. So okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Blanchett was like, I'm just here to observe. Like, I'm
Yeah.
She's there to watch, like Lydia would. Just like
It would have
Well,
been
plus she was
funny
wearing
had
her
she.
pajamas.
It would have been funny
She-
if she had attacked Michelle.
Yes!
Yeoh.
It's my award! It's my award!
Blanchett does have a history of some, I will say, interesting fashion choices with what she shows up in.
I mean, she was pretty modestly dressed for this one, though.
Don't come at the queen. Don't come at the queen.
I'm not, I said interesting.
Yeah.
Take that as you will.
But no, Michelle Yeoh really did great for this. So I mean,
No,
it was
she,
yeah. Anyone other than Ana de Armas would have made me happy. So
Man, I would have vomited.
oh man.
I would have
Like
been like
last
kind of a
year.
little sadness if she won.
And
Yeah.
none for Andrea Riseborough. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you know what? I still want to see To Leslie because I hear that movie's actually really good. So
I've heard it's great. It's just, something that
whole
no one
thing.
heard of until she got nominated. And then there was the whole controversy of whether she should have been nominated at all, which was nonsense.
I
But
read a really great review of To Leslie from Gwyneth Paltrow and Edward Norton's Instagram accounts.
oh god. You're not helping me on this one, Nathan.
No, but hey, you know what? There's no rule she broke there. She just quietly
No.
asked people to vote for her, and she got in. So
And she's a great actress.
yeah,
She is,
absolutely.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it was just that shock where you're like, "Huh, I never even heard of this movie," but okay.
That's odd though, because I'm like, I feel like in so many years of the Oscars, we get that nomination all the time. It's for that performance for a great performance for a movie that no one saw, and yet for some reason this year this was a controversy.
Yeah, which I mean, honestly, I would kind of say the same for Brian Tyree Henry and Causeway. Which I mean, I knew some people were predicting him, but that was a very underseen movie in comparison
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
yeah. But then, all right, Nathan, don't cry too much on this one here. But Brendan Fraser won for The Whale, so
I mean, I'm glad he won. He is the best element of that movie. I wish Austin Butler would have hunka-hunked up on stage, or Colin Farrell would have.
No.
well, you know,
Yeah.
people got tired of him doing the Elvis voice all the time, even though he's been doing it for 2 years. So of course it's still.
But
Yeah,
hey, Fraser
Didn't
got
Angela
the win.
Bassett tell him to stop it?
I
It's
think
like, yeah, dude, you're already losing weight for Dune. You have to let this go.
Shed the accent, and then. Sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
I just feel like this whole award show just sort of across the board feels like these are the answers that the internet would love. You know, these are the wins.
I mean, yes, but also, I mean, to be fair, ever since it premiered, Brendan Fraser has been like universally praised for his role. You know, it was. Yeah, I mean, it's like even if people don't like the movie, most people would say that he was one of the strongest parts of the movie. Kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And A24
So
is
happy.
having quite a good year. So
Oh yeah, it is A24. That's right.
I'm really bummed
A24 won every acting category this year. I just realized that.
Yeah.
it did.
I'm really bummed that my soft campaign for Jake Gyllenhaal for Ambulance didn't take off.
Stop it. Don't make me get the spray.
I'm not even kidding here.
You and Shaq definitely would have been on that train there.
I think that you probably helped its chances quite substantially, though. Nevertheless, Like,
Well, Michael Bay didn't get nominated for Best Director, so there goes that dream.
Don't
Don't
all
hold
the
your breath.
movies are into remake. I didn't think Ambulance would be one. So,
So
Yeah.
good.
oh man, but no, hey, you know, it's good for all. Like, I thought all these lead actor nominees were very strong picks too. Like Colin Farrell getting one of probably his best performance ever on that one too.
Mhm.
So, and I really, really want to see After Sun. I hear that movie's great. So,
Yeah, I need to see that still.
yeah.
yeah, which I think that's as equally underseen as To Leslie. Quite frankly,
Less
Yes,
so.
but I think
Really?
it is underseen in comparison. But in the indie circuit, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, kind of thing.
really, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, like in the festivals, like it was a huge thing at the Independent Spirit Awards. When it premiered at the festivals last year, it was a big talk kind of thing. But it was one of those ones where because it's such a tiny film, no one was going to see it on that one too. So
Yeah, it needed that coda push.
yeah, though it did win the Directors Guild Award for Best First Feature too. So hey, you know,
Mhm.
and Paul Mescal is now going to be the new Gladiator. So
Really,
yeah, Gladiator 2, he's the new lead,
they're making a sequel to Gladiator.
and Ridley Scott's
Why?
directing it. So
God.
yeah, so that was a big like. I suspect, even though Paul Mescal deserved it, that this was also a subtle push to get some clout for when Gladiator 2 comes out too. So
Sure.
yeah, I know. I wish I it sounds like I'm kidding. I'm not. That's actually what it was. Paul Mescal is the new Gladiator. So it's gonna
Well,
be fun.
Rome did last a while. You could probably milk a couple of stories out of that.
I'll
And
go see every
Ridley Scott
single
hates
one of
history.
them.
And Ridley Scott hates history anyway, so it doesn't matter what he makes the story out of. Oh man,
We all know Marcus Aurelius got hugged to death by his own son. Come on.
And we all know that Commodus was killed in the gladiatorial ring and not wrestled naked in his bathtub by his assistant.
Would have been awesome though.
That would. Could
I
you
know.
imagine Russell Crowe choking him out in a bathtub like that? Just
With a phone cord.
But yes, the last two ones, Best Picture and Director, Everything Everywhere. So I think Everything Everywhere, if you tally it together, it won 6, I think, altogether, including editing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
6 out of
No,
11.
7, I think. So
Okay.
Lucky.
yeah, which wow, yeah, it took every major acting prize except for actor. It took Best Picture and Director. Yeah, it's hitting a big it almost had that perfect like the big 6 win like Silence of the Lambs, except for not winning lead actor kind of thing.
Right.
So but that's pretty impressive. I mean, it won 7 of the 8 big categories.
Mhm.
Or no, sorry, 6 of the big 8. So that's I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I can't count. But
Me too.
Well, I mean, in this day and age, I think it's a big deal to win the big 3, which is Best Picture, Best Director, and Screenplay. Because, I mean, for a long time, that was kind of a trend that it's like at least Best Director would always be synonymous with Best Picture. But the screenplay would always be like, they would throw it to the dark horse of the group. Like it was the Pulp Fiction Award.
yeah, but then sometimes they'd flip flop that where like it would win picture and screenplay, but then director would be the dark horse. Where it's like last year, Power of the Dog, that was the only award it won was for director. So
Yeah. Well, they've been doing that a lot more recently, splitting it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the last decade or two. That's been a big trend. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not upset with that. Like, even though I would say Everything Everywhere would probably rank in the bottom of my top 5, but it still means it was one of the top 5 films I really enjoyed the most this year, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's giving it faint praise.
Well, I mean, if you look at this list, like a bunch of the films here were on the top of my list: Banshees and Sharon, Tar, Top Gun Maverick. A whole bunch of really great movies. So,
And
and
so
also
you still
Triangle
not
of
seen
Sadness.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I still not seen The Fableman, sadly. I
So good.
I know. I
Me
picked up the
too.
Blu-ray, so I actually have no excuse to watch it now, so I can actually watch it. Yeah, honestly, the only one I didn't like was Triangle of Sadness because it was just so. It's hard to explain what the problem with that movie is. It's just it.
I mostly liked it.
Yeah, I mean, as people probably heard, Lexi actually got physically ill watching the vomiting sequence in that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we literally had
That
to
is a
pause the
thing.
movie, and she took some Pepto-Bismol to be able to because it's just like, yeah.
I mean, if Triangle of Sadness won Best Picture, I feel like there would be rioting in the streets.
I would have laughed
Could you
so hard.
imagine that movie winning?
I mean, yeah.
The film where they vomit for 10 minutes and then murder a donkey with a rock. Woo!
I think it should be a rule at this point that if you're going to give the Best Picture to the most despised film on the list, then you should just have Jack Nicholson come out and present it so that he can just read it with absolute chagrin and not even try to hide it.
Oscar
Crash.
goes to Triangle of Sadness.
He would find a way to butcher the name too, like he did with Capote. That was.
Capote.
Oh, did you? Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. He was reading off the names. He was like Capote when he read that name. It's just like, huh?
I'm like, yeah, Jack, didn't you know that guy? Come on.
Yeah, that's my buddy Truman.
So
Yeah,
tomorrow,
no.
tomorrow I am going to the shop buying Blu-ray of everything, everywhere, all at once because I think it will be sold out very quick. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's definitely going to get a huge boost. I mean, especially with
Because-
how much it won. So
because I will put it like this: last year, the day after the Oscar, I went to buy King Richard to watch it, and I just heard, yeah, everybody's buying this out more than any other movie.
I
really,
wonder why.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I guess they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we got to support the slap, man.
I mean, it was more like, more like Jesus, what drive him to be this way? You know, it was more like that. So, hey, honestly, watching that movie day after the event for the first time, it was like actually a little bit nervous at moments, like when he gonna hit somebody. So, yeah, so
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, yeah, I have to wonder. It's like, yeah, it was this scene right here where you can see Will Smith break. You know, that's the moment he snapped right there.
Oh, by the way, the movie I was talking before was Wendell and Wild.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
good movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was all right.
I had a
Oh, and
blast
by
with
the
it.
way, this is like a really silly trivia, but I actually seen the Family Guy episode that aired tonight, and it
Oh.
actually no. What's interesting is actually they have like a Will Smith joke there also, but because it was all off screen, I just wonder did they like last minute realize, oh, it's the same night at Oscar, so we have to push something about this.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past them on that one. So,
I mean, for like the 5 people who are still watching, we're keeping it relevant for you.
Yeah.
you know, I have to wonder now that I think about it, were the Oscars ratings any better this year?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a good number of people online talking about it at the very least.
Helps
Yeah,
that
it's
they
prob-
nominated movies that people have seen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
and-
liked.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't see any news reports yet on its ratings. I'm sure we'll probably figure out the full numbers tomorrow, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I have to assume that it helped boost it a little bit, kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard it said before so many times that, you know, at this point the Oscars audience is so particular. It's like the people who watch it every year religiously. It's the people who actually want to see the best cinematography. People get up on stage and get their award. So I'm like, yeah, it's a niche group at this point. But
Which would be great if they didn't keep playing them off stage. Boo,
Ah.
Academy. Boo. I can't believe
At
that. They
least-
like three or four different groups where they played off the nominees or the winners.
That was so disrespectful.
Yeah.
it was.
I mean, and
Especially
Jimmy
because
Kimmel tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
I
were
mean, that is-
so like they were so like inconsistent with it. It's like
Mhm.
some people they let talk forever, and then some people like they get up there, like the people from Avatar, for crying out loud, getting visual effects. That one guy got like maybe 20 seconds, and then they played the other guy off.
well, who's the other one? It was the Navalny directors, where they like let that one dude talk forever, and then the ladies come up talk, and they're just like, nope, bye.
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, there is also this group I know that only watch it for the animation segment. You know, which was the first one this year. So
yeah,
it was-
they just turned it off immediately after that.
so
Oh man, that was interesting. Where I was like, animated feature to start off. I guess they, for the kiddos who were going to go to bed right after that.
honestly, I miss the times they actually did something special for the Oscars, like they had a little short or something like that with the animated characters presenting. I mean,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
the Rock. I mean, I guess the Rock is technically animated, but you know, it's But-
Yeah, no, they kind of. I mean, again, they played it safe this year. They didn't do anything too crazy. They didn't have a lot of. I mean, again, the crazy thing that happened for like skits and ceremony stuff was like the dude in the bear costume. That's about it for like jokes. Moments, I feel like
It's gonna be really funny when nobody remembers Cocaine Bear a year from now.
I'm honestly forgetting things in that movie.
at least this year they didn't butcher. We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
forgot
God.
about that. Yeah.
Oh, that's a sad reminder.
I'm still mad about that.
Yeah,
And
the
to-
world
and to-
premiere. We don't talk about Bruno, and now Megan the Stallion.
And to make it even more insulting, it wasn't nominated. So
Because they didn't submit it. They
yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I
Exactly.
heard that later. Yeah, but still.
I know.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. It's like that was something that people were kind of getting mad at the Academy Awards for, but I'm like, no, it's up to the filmmakers to submit it for consideration, and they didn't do it because they didn't think it was going to be the hit that it was.
Well, and the problem is too is that
So
they
stupid.
usually have a trend of submitting the like anthem numbers rather than whatever the best song actually was. Where it's like, hey, that song from Moana is really good, but I don't even know if that was the best song. The How Far I'll Go kind of thing. It's like the ones everyone knew were You're Welcome and Shiny the most kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a Disney problem in that case. Which,
Well, I think that they just maybe submit their. I think that they just they bet on one too early, and they don't actually wait to see how people
Mhm.
react.
Mhm.
I'm like, guys, come on. After Frozen, like you gotta wait and see.
Yep. I mean, do you guys remember Dos Guitarras or whatever that one's called from Encanto?
Favoritas.
Toque Gorditas. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know that song.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if it wasn't going to be We Don't Talk About Bruno, it should have been, under, what is it, Surface Pressure?
Yeah.
Should have been any
Oh,
of
right,
them.
yeah.
Honestly, the song I didn't like, which when I watched it the first time, but I later it grow on me. I love it every time. Is the very first song, the one when they introduce the family.
Mhm.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because when I watched it the first time, I really felt to me like it's like somebody wrote a Wikipedia page about this family and just put music to it. Like that's. I'm sorry, it's that song. Like, and then it's like, no, actually, it's a really good song. I really like it. But by the way, because I was a little confused, like what Lego movie wasn't nominated? No. But it was nominated for the song. And I actually think it won. Everything It's Awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is awesome.
Okay, I didn't realize this. Alfonso Cuarón did Le Pipil, the short film.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. I thought I
totally
heard his
forgot
name.
about that. Wow.
that's
So-
why I voted for that one.
Okay, I
was
knew
like,
why.
well,
I had a feeling that's
Alfonso.
why I voted for it. Huh. I subconsciously knew. But no, so to look at some facts, because thank you, Wikipedia, for updating this so much. So on that note, Alfonso Cuarón is now the second person to be nominated in 7 different Oscar categories, right after Kenneth Branagh.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's won for cinematography, he's won for director, he's been a producer, he's written. I think he helped with editing on Children of Men and Gravity. Yeah, he's wow in that case. So
The Oscars love him.
yeah, which also that film Le Pupil is the first Disney Plus nomination.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So it's a Disney
Really?
movie. Yay.
Yeah, John
Wow.
Williams is now the oldest competitive Oscar nominee in history.
Yeah, they did
he's-
acknowledge him there.
Yeah. So, and then also it's 53rd. So he's now again, beating himself for his own record of the most nominated person in history. So,
Yep.
Ah.
Second only to Walt Disney, which is why I think that they felt so free to basically make the Oscars and basically a walking Disney ad.
Man, that
when
was
did the Oscars
gross.
become the Game Awards when they just promote trailers for their own stuff? Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I remember this fact that Judd Hirsch, he's now the actor with the longest gap between nominations between this movie and The Ordinary People back in the day.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, one sec. Go ahead. Oh, yes, Rose. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, Rose, I know you have to get going quickly. So I'll just only say this, that Michelle Yeoh is now the first Asian actress to win a lead actress category. Also nominated more or less, I think, too. And then, and of course, Angela Bassett is the first Marvel actor to be nominated for an Oscar, too. So, yes, I will wrap this up. So I got to make sure Rose gets going. But thank you so much, Rose. And thank you, everybody else, for being a part of this. Anything you guys
This
want
is
to honk or
fun.
promote before we sign off?
Eternal Watch List. It's a new podcast and it's really cool.
Yeah, the one that you're probably watching right now. Yay! Rose, anything you want to promote?
I do reviews for oneofus.net, and please check out my completely unrelated interior design website, roseinteriordesign.net.
Excellent. Melina, anything you want to promote?
I also do reviews at oneofus.net, and I like to dabble in doodles. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you will probably see that I incessantly put things out at least twice a week.
Good.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know
thanks,
that. I got to look it up. So, and then Nathan.
Well, you can find me usually being a maniac on Twitter at Nathan Flynn. You can
Just
also
on Twitter?
and on Facebook, but I'm trying to avoid people being on my Facebook. Anyways, you can also find my podcast, Mission Impossible, wherever you find podcasts,
Yeah,
with a lot of fine people who have been on here, who are on here right now have been on there. It's IMPODIBLE. Oh, that's really great to look at that up in front. Do you mean? No, I'm just kidding. But we have our Twitter at Impodible, IMPODIBLE.
Yep, there you are. So
there I am.
Yep, I think almost all of us have been on an episode of this, haven't we?
Yeah, about
actually listening to one of my old episodes the other day.
A minute ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't, but I don't know a thing about Mission Impossible, so
fair enough. And I know for a fact that Eddie Hamilton, the editor, listens to your podcast, doesn't he?
Woo! Yeah, he does. He was the first person to tell me that Top Gun Maverick rips, and then I saw it, and then it did rip. And then I saw it 8 more times in theaters, and then I saw it 5 more times outside of theaters.
Nathan.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's all right.
It's all,
okay.
it's all right. It's
I
all
hate
right.
watching-
You know, Everything Everywhere All at Once definitely deserved to win.
Yeah.
I just assume you are hate watching it. I don't know. So
No, it's not Velma. So
No, I don't hate watch anything, not even Aquaman, which I love.
Oh.
All right. Well, we got to let Rose get going. So thank you all very much.
Bye,
and
y'all.
have a
Bye,
great
Rose.
night.
Bye, you guys.
hey.